Welcome back to the Passive Income Star channel. My name is Skig. If you are new to the channel, I make new videos every Friday. Now today's a little bit different. Today I'm actually producing a bonus video. Today we're going to take a look at 3 must-have dividend stocks for 2020. So get ready for some free game. We're about to get it. Alright guys, so this is where the portfolio is at right now, $33,955.10. The last video I did, it was roughly $33,650. So since the last video, the portfolio has gone up in value roughly, I would say about $300. I have not added any funds to the account. What I did do was I did sell off some shares of a particular company that was not performing the way I wanted, and I used the opportunity to purchase 2 shares of Boeing. Boeing recently had issues as far as them announcing that they were going to go ahead and stop production of the 737 Max. Because they're constantly having issues. They're in a position now where they have roughly about 400 planes on the ground that cannot be delivered because the planes have not been cleared by the FAA. So pretty much until the decision has been made by the FAA that the planes are cleared for commercial flights, then Boeing has decided to halt production of the 737 Max. And with this news, it pretty much affected the stock. It hit the stock pretty hard. Now, before I only had 4 shares of Boeing, I roughly paid about $333 per share. When this happened, the stock dropped down to where it is now, and I picked up roughly 2 shares at, I would say, roughly about $326 per share. So it says here market buy December 16th, 2 shares, $326.84 was what I picked up those 2 shares for. And what that did, that actually helped average my position down, because like I said, my average cost before I purchased those 2 shares was roughly about $333 per share, and right now, as you can see, my average cost is down to $330.36. And that's what you want to do, guys. If you believe in the fundamentals of the company, you believe in the product that they have, the company has a good track record, the fundamentals match up with your ideals, then whenever the stock goes on sale, meaning there's a dip in price, and that's when you want to try and purchase and average down on your position. So ideally, right now it's at 326. I would love to purchase some more shares and probably bring my average cost down some more. But right now, being that it's the holidays, we have gifts to purchase. A lot of things are going on right now. I'm not in a position right now to put more funds into the account. So I'm just going to hold these 6 shares that I have right now. But I'm fully confident that Boeing will redeem itself. They will get this issue with the 737 Max resolved, and the stock will go back up to the 52-week high of 446 and possibly even surpass that. All right. So that's pretty much what's going on with the portfolio. I'm actually liking it, regardless of what happened with Boeing. Pretty much everything else was performing pretty decent. I had a couple of ETFs, as you can see here, which were all down, but my individual stocks were performing pretty well. And I would say the last week, it has performed pretty decent too. If we look at the last week, I'm up roughly $518 or 1.55%. All right, so I have these stocks prepared right here in this spreadsheet on Google Sheets. We have several columns. The first one, we have the company. So that's the name of the actual company. Then we have the ticker. So it gives you the ticker for each stock. And then we have the current share price, which is updated in real time through Google Sheets. And we also have the 52-week high of the stock, which is also updated in real time. We have the dividend payment per share for each stock. This is manually updated, so this is not automatic. Then it shows the frequency of the payments. We have quarterly, pretty much all of the stocks are quarterly, and we have one stock that pays a dividend monthly. Then we also have the PE ratio, which we use to pretty much give you an idea of how the stock is valued. All right, so the PE ratio is pretty much calculated by taking the share price of the stock, right, and then dividing it by the earnings per share. And then you arrive at the number here, which is called the PE ratio. As far as the PE ratio is concerned, anything that's 10 and under is at a phenomenal value, and it's highly recommended that you purchase because the stock is undervalued, I would say. And that pretty much goes up to, I would say, roughly about 15. If when you start to get into the PE ratios of 17, 20, all the way up to this one here is 45, these stocks are not necessarily at a great value right now in terms of purchasing. But what you also want to take into consideration too is the fact that these stocks pay a nice dividend. And that's the reason why I'm purchasing these stocks. So you might not have, the best capital gains on these stocks with the higher PE ratio, but you're still going to get gains from the dividend payments. And that's the whole purpose of why I'm watching these 10 stocks. And in the next column here, we have the market cap. And the market cap also is updated in real time. But this is also another metric that is used to just give you an idea of the actual value of the company. The numbers here are represented in billions. So for this first company, General Motors, the market cap for General Motors is 51 billion. So that's considered a large cap company. We have a smaller cap company here, which is 1.5 billion, which is Arbor Reality. And then we have, like a mega cap company here, like AT&T, which the market cap is 281 billion. So just to give you an idea of how I intend to use this sheet, if I were to look at these 10 stocks individually in Robinhood, I would have to go in, punch in the ticker, look at the 52-week high, look at the current price to see if, I'm getting a deal as far as making the purchase. And then I would also have to go ahead and check on the PE ratio. So I could do this in Robinhood, but I would be all over the place. So the way this sheet is set up, it's set up so at a quick glance, I can open it up in the morning before, say, the market opens up, and I could take a quick look at these 10 stocks and go, okay, GM right now is trading at $36.31, and it's below the 52-week high, which is at $41.90. The PE ratio is pretty good. It's only 5.92. I'll go to another stock. Let's take a look at British American Tobacco right here. We can see right now the current share price is $42.02. But we look at the 52-week high, it's at $42.61. The PE ratio is good, but the price right now, it's not ideal for me to purchase. I want to purchase when this price is probably a little bit lower than the 52-week high. If you look at it right now, the current price actually matches the 52-week high. So for me right now, that's not a good buy. And that's pretty much how I use this sheet. I will also leave a link in the description, guys, if you want to recreate this sheet or use this sheet. All you have to do is just go ahead and change the tickers here, and all the information will be updated. Obviously, like I told you guys, you would manually have to update the dividend payment per share and obviously the name of the company. But the actual ticker, once you type that in, the share price will update, the 52-week high will update, the PE ratio will update automatically, and so will the market cap. And I think for me, this is something valuable that I can use on a daily basis just to monitor the 10 stocks that I want to scale up on and which ones I want to buy based on the numbers represented here on the sheet. All right, so number one on the list is GM. I actually like this company a lot. Right now, the stock price is $36.20. It is below the 52-week high, which is currently $41.90. 78% of analysts recommend that you buy the stock. The stock is actually owned by 29,789 people on Robinhood. If we go ahead and take a look at the 5-year growth here, we could see that the stock is up 14.20% over the past 5 years, and that's pretty good for an automobile company. My equity right now is $724. It represents roughly 2.07% of my portfolio, and I intend to scale up on this until I get it to, I would say, about 5 or 6% of my portfolio. Right now, I own 20 shares, and my average cost is $36.22. So my average cost is still below the 52-week high, but as you can see here, currently I'm down 0.05%, or roughly, 35 cents down. If we scroll down some more, we could see here that the market cap is roughly about 50 billion. So it's a large cap company, and the dividend yield on this stock is 4.26%. So that's pretty decent. One of the big sellers, I think, for GM going into 2020 is actually going to be this car right here, the 2020 Corvette. As you can see right here, it says it has received the Motor Trend Car of the Year. Now, the car was actually anticipated to start arriving at dealerships this month, December of 2019, but GM has had some issues recently with strikes. They had to go ahead, and work out some deal with the union, and they've pretty much got those deals ironed out. So now everything should be back to smooth sailing. I'm anticipating that we should start to see this Corvette on the road sometime probably in March or April. But this Corvette, the C8, it's going to be a huge deal for GM. I think this Corvette, it's going to do what the Cybertruck is going to do for Tesla. It's going to take it to a new level. And the reason for that is primarily Corvettes have traditionally been a front engine type of car. So it's in the category of, say, a supercar, but it's always been considered kind of like, like the poor man's supercar. It has a front engine design, and that's not actually optimal for like the performance of a supercar. Well, with the new C8, Corvette has moved the engine to a mid-engine design, and it has given the car a whole new look. As far as performance, the performance you're getting for $60,000 is just crazy. This thing is coming in with roughly about 500 horsepower, and that's just the base model. 500 horsepower. It has a removable T-top. It has a 0 to 60 time of under 3 seconds. So that's definitely, supercar territory that we're in right now for $60K. You can't really beat it, man. I mean, look at the car. It's beautiful. The door handles are kind of blended in right here with the aerodynamic scoop. It has nice wheels. It just has a different look, but to me, it still looks like a Corvette. You're spending $60K, and you're pretty much getting something that's going to be, having the performance, I would say, something comparable to like, a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. And if we go ahead and take a look real quick at this video shows the convertible version. Let's take a look at this real quickly.
For the first time, Corvette is offering a state-of-the-art retracting hardtop. The advantages of this are vehicle security, quietness, and beauty. The top operates very quickly, and it can raise and lower while you're driving.
Alright, so as you can see, the Corvette is a very nice looking car, and it has some amazing features, and I think it's going to do wonders for the GM stock. Alright, so we have a total of 10 different stocks here. We have General Motors, we have Seagate Technology, Arbor Reality, British American Tobacco, IBM, AT&T, 3M, EPR Properties, AbbVie Pharmaceuticals, and Mace Rich. So I'm not going to go over all the stocks here because this would just make the video extremely long. So I'll probably touch on 2 more and then we'll close out the video. So the next stock that I want to go ahead and take a look at is IBM. So IBM has pretty much reinvented itself several times over. Since becoming IBM in 1911, the company has gone over several changes, but has always managed to maintain relevancy as far as a technological innovator. IBM, as of 2019, holds the records in the USA for the most patents in history. So IBM has created things as simple as the floppy disk and things as groundbreaking and socially impacting as the ATM, the automated teller machine. IBM right now is trading at $134.19, which is actually below the 52-week high of $152.95. If we look at the growth of IBM over the last 5 years, we could see that the stock is actually down 13.94%. IBM's last business focus, I would say, was on pretty much hardware. They sold a lot of laptops and a lot of PCs. They've since sold off that portion of the business to Lenovo, and they're now focused on AI and cloud computing, which is pretty much the direction that most of these tech companies are going. If you follow companies like Microsoft, you will see that they're heading in the direction of cloud computing as well as AI. Currently, IBM also holds the world's fastest supercomputer, which is the Summit. Right now, 60% of analysts recommend that you hold the stock, and the stock is held or owned by 11,847 people on Robinhood. If we scroll down here to take a look at my holdings, we can see that my equity right now is $1,341.90. I am actually down 2.98% or $41.23. I own a total of 10 shares. It represents 3.84% of my portfolio, and I'm trying to scale this up so I can get it to somewhere around 5 to 6%. My average cost is $138.31, but that is still lower than the 52-week high, which is $152.95. If we scroll down here, we could see that as far as a dividend yield, it actually pays a pretty nice dividend. The dividend yield is 4.83%. And I'll scroll down and show you guys my most recent payment from them because I just got paid from IBM in December. As you can see, December 10th, I was paid $16.20, and that was for owning 10 shares at $1.62 per share. So it does pay a pretty nice dividend. And like I said, as far as highlighting one of the products that IBM has right now, which I think is going to be groundbreaking, which is the IBM Watson system, which is their AI system. It is currently being used by banks, it is being used by insurance companies, and it's also being used by the health sector. And IBM Watson has done some amazing things. This AI system has been featured on Jeopardy and has actually beaten some of the top players in the history of Jeopardy. So it's some pretty amazing stuff. I want to play a video real quickly for you guys from the IBM website just to show you or give you an idea of exactly what it can do. I can't play the whole video because I don't want to have a copyright notice on this video. So I'll just play a brief portion of the video. Here we go.
AI is changing the way the world works, making business faster, smarter, and more secure. At IBM, we're helping companies put AI to work at scale, giving them an unparalleled business advantage. With Watson, businesses are personalizing customer experiences, streamlining processes, minimizing risk, and sparking innovation. With Watson, engineers are keeping millions of elevators moving, predicting when they will break down, and proactively fixing them. With Watson, banks are deploying virtual agents trained on thousands of customer inquiries, helping them provide expert service to millions of customers 60% faster. With Watson, a range of industries from healthcare to automotive to telecom to education are working faster and transforming workflows. Businesses everywhere are building their future with Watson.
All right, so that was just a quick preview of, the capabilities of the IBM Watson system. And you guys can actually go online and look it up yourself. But, it's doing some amazing things as far as improving the efficiency of a business. And I think AI is going to be the future of tech. That's the direction that most of the major tech companies are going in. And I see IBM going in this direction. The PE ratio for IBM is actually at 15. So it has a pretty good PE ratio. I think the stock is undervalued right now. But even if you hold it for the dividends, you can't go wrong. It pays a really nice dividend. But as far as the actual business of IBM or regaining its place as one of the tech giants in our industry. All right, so the next and final stock that I want to talk to you guys about today is AT&T. The ticker is T. Currently, the price per share is $38.50. It's a little bit below the 52-week high, which is $39.70. It pays a dividend of 50 cents per share, pays it quarterly. The PE, it's a little high at 17, but I still think this company has a lot of potential. The market cap for this company is $281 billion, so this is definitely a mega cap company. If we hop on over to Robinhood here, we could see that over the last 5 years, AT&T is up 19.12%. 50% of analysts recommend that you purchase this stock. The stock is owned by 95,267 persons on Robinhood. If we scroll down here to take a look at my holdings, my current equity is $1,925. It represents 5.51% of my portfolio. I am trying to scale this up to pretty much 6%, and I have 50 shares. My average cost is $37.87 per share. Total return so far, I am up 1.66% or $31.41. If we scroll down here, we can see that the dividend yield for AT&T is 5.44%, which is pretty decent. Now, AT&T has had a rough patch, I would say, over the last couple of years. They've made some bad investments. One of the first things that they tried to do was merge with T-Mobile at one point, and that was blocked by the regulators. And as a result of that, they had to pay some hefty fees. The second thing that I think they did that was, a poor choice was acquire DirecTV. They acquired DirecTV in an age where cable and, cable-like systems are being replaced by streaming platforms like Netflix. So I think that, DirecTV was a bad purchase, and they paid a large amount of money for that. And I don't think that's going to be profitable for them. So that was a bad move on AT&T's part. The third purchase, which was to acquire Warner Media. And a lot of people saw this and was like, that's kind of crazy. Why is, a telecommunications company trying to purchase, a media company? Well, they bought Warner Media for the simple reason that they wanted to get into the streaming service. They realized, hey, you know what? We made a bad move by purchasing DirecTV. That type of entertainment system is actually going out and streaming is coming in. So purchasing Warner Media is going to give them a leg up on the competition. I don't want to go as far as to say, it's going to wipe Netflix out. A lot of people were saying that about Disney Plus. no one's wiping Netflix out as far as streaming is concerned. You know, Netflix is pretty much the biggest streaming company, and they have a stronghold all over the world. If you're following the news today in the market, Netflix is up, and they're up on the fact that they just release international numbers. So all along, they were just releasing domestic numbers for the USA market. Today they release some numbers for the international market in terms of their subscribers and their growth internationally, and it's just crazy. So I don't see anyone tackling Netflix or taking the spotlight away from Netflix right now. Definitely won't be Disney Plus. But I think AT&T, with them acquiring Warner Media, it's going to give them a nice foot in the door. With Warner Media, they're going to have a streaming service called HBO Max. So you're going to have all your great HBO shows, like The Sopranos, Oz, all those popular shows that are on HBO. You're going to have those shows on demand in a streaming service. And I don't know if you guys know this, but before Netflix, HBO pretty much had the same module. HBO was a service that you had to pay for on cable. It was not supported by ads. It was supported by subscription, much like Netflix. And HBO had all the good groundbreaking series. So AT&T has acquired Warner Media, which includes HBO. They're going to come out with this streaming service called HBO Max, which is going to be released in May of 2020. And I see this as probably the biggest threat to Netflix. Definitely bigger than Disney Plus. And it's definitely going to be bigger than Apple. And I think the strategy behind this is, and just hear me out, hear my logic. The strategy for AT&T is going to be the fact that AT&T, as far as mobile subscribers, they have 153 million mobile subscribers. And what I think they're going to do is they're going to drop this service and then have some type of free access to the HBO Max, I would say probably for a year, to everyone that's on AT&T's network, just to lure you in. And then once that subscription is up, now you're hooked on the service, and you're obviously going to want to renew your service or start paying for the service. And that, I think, is going to be huge for AT&T. I want to hop on over to the HBO Max website here just to show you some basic information. All right, so it says here, HBO Max, original, groundbreaking, and award-winning entertainment is yours anytime, anywhere. If we scroll down here, it says, get ready for HBO Max, a new streaming experience that will bring you closer to entertainment you love, launching in May of 2020. When we scroll down some more, it says you will have pretty much all of HBO. So enjoy 45 years of innovative storytelling with every episode of your favorite HBO series, plus award-winning documentaries and specials, and the latest Hollywood hits before any other service. So there you go. You have to remember, guys, Warner Media owns Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, that's that big WB golden logo you see spinning at the start of pretty much every major movie. If we scroll down here, we're going to see it says culture defining TV. Keep up with fresh episodes from the latest addictive series, or fall back in love with the iconic TV everyone is still talking about. All right, we scroll down here, so you have all these shows: The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Top Gear, just giving you a preview of what's to come. Then we have blockbuster movies and classic favorites. Get unlimited access to critically acclaimed films and adult classics from Warner Brothers, DC, which is the comic series, the equivalent of Marvel, Studio, New Line Cinema, That's the movie house that made Friday and more. And as you can see here, they have the Lord of the Rings, they'll have the Matrix, the Conjuring, just so much movies. You know, these are all movies that Netflix will have on Netflix, but they will have those movies for a time. This service is going to have these movies forever, all the time, on demand. You know, I think this is going to be a huge threat. You know, I think this is the underdog that no one saw coming. And yeah, it's going to have premium pricing because it's going to be somewhere around like $15 a month. But if you're getting all this, I think it's going to be worth it. And if anyone, I think, can chip away at the fabric of Netflix dominance and streaming, it's going to be AT&T with this HBO Max service. All right, so that's it, guys. That's my video for my 3 must-own dividend stocks for 2020. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel and you like finance and stock videos, please consider subscribing. Also, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and share it with a friend that you think could use this information. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.